Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gonzo, and welcome to RaceVerse coverage of Round 3 of Season 1 of 2022 of the Midwest Kidney Warriors Formula Indy Series, coming to you from the Okayama International Circuit in Japan for the RaceVerse Grand Prix, Pacific Grand Prix. I want to thank everyone for joining us at home. We are just about done with qualifying. There's about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in qualifying. Not a single car on the track at the moment. Not a single car. Everyone has completed their runs. We are only looking at, and it will be a full field tonight. We are looking at 35 cars making the field. Currently, actually 35 have taken time, but the 36th and 37th cars have not. You have one car on. This is Brian Pratane. I hope I'm saying that right. New rookie in the series, making a late run at it. Let me make sure you guys can hear the cars at home. We were having audio issues last night during the off the track, so that run is done. We were having issues last night with the Monday night Indy split, and so definitely throwing a lot of audible sound into this one, making sure that I am heard. If it is too loud, just let me know in the chat, and we will change that. So the minute left in qualifying, provisionally on the pole is Gavin Sanders with a 1:14.089, followed by Dory with a 1:14.303, so 0.3 of a second. Sanders was faster than Dory. That's a great run by Sanders. Dory's teammate, Principal Dan, there in P3 at a 1:14.332. Last year's champion, Nate Seifert, is a 1:14.337. So what we got here is a lot of players for the last couple of years. Got the inaugural season champion, Sanders, is provisionally in P1. We have the guys that are in the running for the team championship this year with Dory and Piazza in 2 and 3, and then last season's champion, Nate Seifert, in P4. And also here, also in the mix, is Nicholas Johnson in P5 with a 1:14.334. Should mention the track record is a 1:14.023, so we didn't break the track record here. And that was set by Michael Schumacher in 1994, driving his Bennington B194 car. So we are done, and we will get to tonight's starting lineup from Okayama. But before you do, if you enjoy RaceVerse coverage of the of the Midwest Kidney Warriors Formula Indy Series, and you respect the weekly stream, make sure you support us by smashing the like button below and subscribe so you don't miss out on tonight's race. Now let's get into it in Japan. You got 5 minutes to go ahead and do that, so go ahead and do that right now. Let's get tonight's starting grid up on the screen. You see P1 Gavin Sanders, P2 Dory, P3 Principal Dan, P4 last defending champ Nate Seifert, P5 Nicholas Johnston, two-time winner from last season. Michael O'Brien, another good start for him in P6. Matt Taylor, who will be having an EOL penalty night along with Seifert. We'll get to that list here in a minute. P7, Matthew Short. P8, P9, Bruno Miranda. P10, Alex Vanessant, your current point leader. P11, Christopher Hill. P12, Caleb Bency, who's trying to recover from some horrible, horrible bad luck this season. Armando Edwards, P13. Cristobal Valenzuela, 14th. Finley Fitzsimmons, the rookie, in 15th. Jeff Groff, we will be riding along in his car at some point later tonight. Or Christian Jasper in 16th. Joshua Tucker in 17th, making his first start. And 18th is Rodrigo Munoz in the Backfire team entry. J.J. Wang, 19th. Matt Houston, the boss man, in 20th. Will Weiswood is qualifying 21st. He will be one of the EOLs. We'll get to that list again. Zachary Flaum in 22nd. Cody Claiborne, 23rd. Dakota DeMay in 24th. GT Hawkins, a new entry this week at 25th. Christian Jasper, 26th. Hayden Herman, 27th. Kyle Mundell, 28th. Zachary Reardon, 29th. And Daniel Miglin in 30th. Logan Spath, 31. Hugo Gallas, 32nd. Peter Johnchek, 33rd. Dmitry Gorodov. And I hope I'm saying that right. Believe me, Dimitri, my name gets butchered as much as the next person, so I apologize in advance. P34, and the last on the grid is Albertus Surya in 35th with a time of 1:16.527. So it looks like Brian Fratane did not qualify, unfortunately. And Kendall Billings of Club Florida there did not qualify as well. Starting for the pits due tonight to infractions caused in the last race: Seifert, Matt Taylor, Alex Penn, Will Riceburg III, and he's not in tonight's lineup, but Ethan Oring is also among those starting from the pits. We're starting to line up now. Now I'm going to do this just for normally you don't see me doing this, but I'm doing this for Dakota DeMade, who's in the race. He says that we need to just set it on crashes, and that automatically goes to GT Hawkins. I don't know why it knows how to do that. Maybe we don't want to do that. We don't want to jinx GT. So let's get it back on pole sitter Gavin Sanders there. You wanted to focus in on crashes. We do have a standing start here in the league. We're waiting for cars to grid up momentarily. Here's the first corner cam. We'll see everybody diving into there. Here's a better shot. Getting ready to go green, revving those engines. And we are underway here for the first IndyCar race at Okayama International Circuit. Gavin Sanders taking the lead into turn 1. And I'm hearing a bunch of cars piling up behind him. Gavin Sanders trying to break the first draft there on the front stretch. Leads the first lap of the first IndyCar race here in Okayama. Nicholas Johnson has worked his way up to P2, up 3 spots. Dory, P3. Principal Dan, P4. Michael O'Brien, P5. Matthew Short in P6. We're going to look around the rest of the grid here momentarily as everyone gets situated. Looks like a pretty clean and green start, not seen a lot of, and oh yeah, I do see where we had issues on the opening lap. And let's get right into that because one involves our points leader. Let's get back into this, see what possibly happened to him in that maybe the first or second corner. Let's rewind here. Oh, yes, and they were piling up. Ooh. So it looks like one of the Backfire Sports cars and Joshua Tucker was involved in that one. So 2 of the backfire cars, maybe Rodrigo Munoz, yeah, and Dimitri. Says Dimitri had an issue, there it is, and he got an issue with Nate Seifert, I believe, but the wing snaps right back into place. So a lot of beating and banging going on. It looked like it was a pretty clean and green start, but not. Normally these are a little hectic, the starts here. So let's get back to live TV, back to Nate Seifert, who's back in P18 after starting in the pits. Right behind him, Matt Taylor, also starting in the pits. Since this is a circuit that you might not be familiar with, let's go ahead and bring in tonight's track map. Bit of a 6-car breakaway from Gavin Sanders in P1 to Matt Short in P6. Again, you know me from home if you've been watching races before. I am not much of a road course racer, but I will say this is one of the free tracks on the service, the iRacing service. Most people race here in like the Super V or the Mazda Miata or the MX-5 or one of those. Or maybe the Radical. So a lot of the early license races are held here. And I will say this is a fun track. Really it is. A lot of elevation changes coming downhill right here. A long sweeper. Don't have much time to straighten out the wheel there. Ooh, got a car off on the... not sure who that was. Coming uphill to another one, a little bit of switchback here, and then you're pretty much on the just breathe the power a little bit here, and then you're pretty much on the power pretty much all the way through here and down the front stretch. Big gap between Hill and Edwards in P9 and 10. The top 10 are really starting to break away here. So yeah, around on the turn 1, Kitty Litter working his way back on the track. Working his way back behind Matt Houston here. Looks like Matt started from the pits as well as didn't have to. Christian Jasper looks like he might have started from the pits as well. Here's Christian in a big battle of cars right here. Look out. Backfire cars diving underneath him, getting that position. Here comes Will Weisbrod right behind him as he's worked his way up to 28th after starting in the pits. Weisbrod's going to take that position. He just went ahead and just put the nose there and says, I'm taking it. Ooh, we have another collision in the back. That's between Alex Vandesan and Sura. What happened? Sura goes wide. Oh, and he gets loose and goes and side checks Alex. Oh, that is a painful, painful day for our current points leader. Battle is brewing here at the top. Top 5 are just cover them with a blanket, folks. So with that said, I do want to take a look at the point situation. This is the updated points as of tonight. Alex was your points leader, and he's going to probably give that up tonight to Principal Dan, who currently is in the 4th spot. And if Principal Dan can bring the car home very safely, he will inherit the points lead more than likely. Probably will bring his teammate Dory with him in the P2. Nate Seifert is in the 4th spot, Matt Taylor in 5th. G. Gregorio in 6th, who is not in tonight's race. Byron Daly in 7th. I do not think he's in tonight's race either. Gavin Sanders in 8th. That is your current leader right now at the moment. Daniel Beauchamp in 9th. I do not see him in the entry list tonight either, so he's not in tonight's lineup. Michael O'Brien for Emo Racing. He is in the lineup, and he is right there, right in the middle of this battle. Bam, there he is at the front. So you wanted to see, we got it from chat. I want to see Finley Fitzsimmons. He's not doing too bad. He is, he's in that new IndyCar livery for that new driver that's coming out this season in the Andretti Motorsports. You can normally tell the Andretti Motorsports by the chrome tip of the front nose there. He's currently in a P11 right behind the man with the greatest name in the series, Armando Edwards. Called the Atwood Curve here. Got those labeled here on the track map for you. Down a long straight into very simply called the hairpin. And this group of corners is called the revolver. Rue 7 into 8. This is the Redmond corner right here. And then we got these switchback S's, which is Hobbs. I would imagine that's Clag Hobbs, if you know what I'm talking about, at the top of the hill there. And then the best name corner in all of motorsports, the Michael Knight corner. Like I said, I didn't know Michael Hasselhoff was that big in Japan. David Hasselhoff, sorry. And that is it for the points. I got that up on the board there, but should have taken that down. But there is Finley Fitzsimmons. Sometimes I wish I had a director or producer that could handle some of these buttons for me. Oh, Gavin Sanders, something happened. Unless he's stopping in the pits. No, he's just in a battle right now. No, he got in an accident. Let's find out what happened. We're actually behind a little bit because we were watching. Yeah. Oh, a little help. And that might have been Dory that made the contact. Yes, it was Dory. He's back out with a new nose, though. So a lot of drama now at the front as your leader got really kind of got reeled in by the top 5, top 6, or actually top 4 behind him and past him, and then a little bit of contact between himself and Dory, who is in P3 in the current standings right now. Currently 18th on the racetrack. and gives him a little bit of a nudge, sends him around, breaking his rear wing. But as a result, Dory loses his front wing. Both have to stop for repairs. Gavin is back out, but he's pretty much by himself. This might be a benefit to him. Does have the alternate tires on, so he's going to look to try to make some time up, while the rest of the fields are going to have to stop at some point. He is back in 28th spot. That makes your leader Nicholas Johnston. As the top three is kind of settled out now with Johnston, Piazza, and O'Brien. Matthew Short, he and I were racing a lot last week together at the iRacing Super Speedway in a great race in the Revolution IndyCar League. We did a 75 race at the iRacing Super Speedway, part of their Schaefer IndyCar Series, and we went 75 laps all green at iRacing Super Speedway, and he was amongst the cars that I was kind of around all day. He and I worked really well together, so he's a good driver. I trust him a lot, and he is currently showing his road course prowess. He says he's not good on the ovals, but he did really well at the iRacing Super Speedway, but he is currently in P4 right here, as he is one of the teammates to Nicholas Johnston. Moving up to P5 is Bruno Miranda. And don't look now, and it's still early, and we don't want to jinx him. Caleb Bency, P6, up 6 spots since the start of tonight's race. A little bit further in the back, check out Christian Jasper in P22. Let's ride along Christian Jasper here for the KidWorks cam. Right along. This lap around Okayama brought to you by KidWorks OC. Go to kidworksoc.org to see how you can help and help restore at-risk neighborhoods and make a difference in a child's life. I want to thank them for sponsoring the lap, and we will check them out later in the program to see how their team is doing. There's Christian Jasper and Jeff Groff there. Jeff Groff currently in P10. Let's move a little forward there. There he is. $14 of 54 in the books right now. I want to thank you for making us a part of your Tuesday nights. Thanks for joining from home. Daniel Beauchamp is I believe has decided not to continue with the season after second place. That's too bad. That's too bad. A great guy. I had a fun time chatting with him when we had him on the interview. Definitely has a ton of ability. There's a guy, kind of got the car, got the track. You know, no big deal. Boom, second place, right off the bat. Eye above and RaceVerse 1 and the airship there as we are watching the leaders. That is Nicholas Johnston and Principal Dan Piazza, last week's winner. They are coming through Atwood Corner, Atwood Curve, coming down into the hairpin. I have an issue on the racetrack. Daniel Miglin is falling back in the standings here. Yeah, on pit road, like a regular stop. And I'm pretty sure the starting lineup when I had that up said the Monday Night Indy fixed. I need to make these little mistakes are getting on my nerves, but that's all right. We will fix that permanently here. Now Johnson's coming to the back of a bit of a corporate teammate of his, that Infinite Racing stable. I believe that is we just saw a little bit ago coming out of the pits. Oh, big incident, not a wreck, big incident. JJ Wang, who is another member of that Infinite team. And looks like Alberto Surya, who's having just a rough day, now missing his left front wing, who's going to nurse that car around all the way around. He is currently in the S's and only up to turn 4. This is an 11-turn circuit. Michael O'Brien on pit road. These are extremely small pit boxes. This is regularly scheduled service for him. He's going to opt to get those tires off and get on a fresh set here. Hey, Nerman in the pits. Oh, overshot his, like I said, he overshot a spot. These are very small stalls. Here's Logan Spath, I believe, right behind him there. Not very good shots at pit road, getting some damage repaired on the right front, excuse me, wing of his. Matt Taylor giving up a position to Gavin Sanders. Caleb Benzie in the pits. GT Hawkins, new driver this week. Rookie for that Infinite squad, going wide there on turn 1 with a probably a little angry Alex Vandesane at the moment. The current points leader is having a rough day. 2 moments of contact has pretty much put him out of contention today. He, of course, started P10 and has fallen 20 spots, but it's not been a great day for him. But GT Hawkins moving his way up into the top 10, and right behind him in the fish car is Cody Claiborne. Still at the front, not making a stop here, Nicholas Johnson, Principal Dan. Speaking of Principal Dan, here is last week's results from Twin Ring Motegi. Principal Dan won. He almost got the Triple Crown, or the Grand Slam, excuse me. He got the Triple Crown. He did everything but lead every lap, I believe. No, I mean, he, did not have the fastest lap, Did not have the fastest lap. Had the pole, had the win, led every lap. Just did not have the fastest. More cars are pitting. Jeff Groff, Cody Claiborne on pit road for their first stop of the day. Principal Dan, he's let people win for a change. Well, that's only his second win of the series. He won one race last last season, and he, of course, won last week. He does have the most career poles in the short history of the Formula Indy Series. He is a career leader there. I believe he has 6. The career winner, the leader in wins in the Formula Indy Series, is this guy right here, Gavin Sanders. He has 6 of them, I believe. 5 or 6 of them. He is your Season 1 champion. He is knocking on the door of World War III at the moment here. And that's not a threat. That's just Will Weisbrod. Apparently, Will has made a bet with somebody in this race that if he loses, he has to sing a Britney Spears song to everybody. We saved you the trouble from having to hear that on the broadcast. I know you probably want to, but we here at RaceVerse do like to use these broadcasts as future opportunities. People can look at us to, hey, we want to hire them. But I'm sure there will be someone recording that for posterity and making sure that taking a shot to the inside, a little defensive, maybe just letting them on by. Might be a better thing, just let them on by, since I think Will still needs to stop. Gavin gets the position. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure someone will be recording it for posterity, maybe even probably saving it for all time on YouTube. Back up to the front, your leader, Nicholas Johnson, Nicholas Johnson, is stretching out his lead a little bit. Has 8 push-to-passes left. For those of you new to IndyCar racing, not sure what push-to-pass is. Push-to-pass is a 20-second momentary boost in horsepower, which you can use to attack or defend. And but use it too much, and you use them up real quick, and also you do use more fuel when you push that button. So if you are tight on a window and you smack that button and you didn't calculate it, you could spend the lap so it could be a lap short on fuel. But that is the only aid to help cars attack and defend here, other than using your right foot and your brain and your ability. Yeah, I saw this battle right back here between Christopher Hill, Armando Edwards, and Finley Fitzsimmons. I saw Christopher Hill on the button there. He has 8 left. Armando Edwards has 8 left. Finley Fitzsimmons, excuse me, has 7 left. So when I say 7, has 7 pushes of the button left to do push to pass. Once you go 0, we call it Winchester. And once you are Winchester, you no matter how many times you smack that button, you're not going to get any use out of it. Winchester is a, I guess you're not familiar with military or jet fighter lingo. Winchester is code for I'm out of missiles, I'm out of ammunition. And basically, if you look at these cars and you think about it, they are like little mini jet fighters. Let's actually give you an idea of kind of what we're looking at here. Let's hop in Armando Edwards' car. I mean, look at them. They look like a jet fighter. Looks like they got a bit of a yoke here. All sorts of buttons. Got a canopy. Myself, I do use this center post that you can get rid of now in the game, but I use it as an I drive in VR, so it doesn't really bother me as much. But if you race on monitors, that might be a problem for you. There's looking in the rearview mirror there, we do see Finley getting right close. I kind of use that middle post as an aiming reticle. Again, just like a jet fighter. This is the best battle on the racetrack right now. We're going to keep it here. No other battle has 3 cars involved at the moment. Johnson's still your leader by 0.8 of a second over Principal Dan. Matthew Short, 7 seconds back of that battle, P3. And then a little bit further back is this battle right here. Hill, Edwards, and Fitzsimmons, 4th, 5th, and 6th. You see just at its, whoa, here we go. We're going to make a run here into corner number 5 at a hairpin. Armando on the inside. He has the position for this turn. He needs to pull it off because if he stays on the outside all the way around, that's going to leave Hill with the position for the next turn. He manages to pull it off. Hill gives up the spot. Armando Edwards up to P4. Chrisville Harrell back to 5th. And now he's under attack from Finley Fitzsimmons, who's going to take a look to the inside. Oh, I don't think there was contact. I think maybe Christopher Hills heard or saw Finley possibly getting loose there, diving in for braking. And Finley is going to use this opportunity to pit. Along with Matthew Short. Nicholas Johnson also on pit road. And Michael O'Brien going on by, going long. Big battle back here. Gavin Sanders has already made his stop because of some damage he took on trying to work around Hugo Gallas in one of the backfire squad cars. So now gives the lead to Principal Dan, who's all by himself by 11 seconds. Over Armando Edwards, Michael O'Brien. Bunch of action on pit road. GT Hawkins back out and rejoining the field in 21st. Right in front of him, that is Peter Donchek in 20th, who has not made his pit stop yet. GT with those fresh tires, the fresh alternates, makes his way around. So the difference between the alternates and the prime tire, there are 2 different tires here, 2 tire compounds in IndyCar racing on on road courses, not in ovals. Ovals does not use push to pass. Ovals do not have multiple tire compounds. They used to in the past. In both cases, push to pass and multiple tire compounds were used in oval racing in the past. However, now it's a single compound in oval racing and no push to pass. So when you're seeing there on the side of his tires, you see that red sidewall. Those are alternate tires. They're softer tires. They are more grippy. They give a better immediate speed, but they have a shorter lifespan over the prime tires. And someone running the prime tires, well, there's someone right there. There's Dory running in P4 right behind his teammate, Principal Dan. Dan also has the prime tires on at the moment. And that is the black sidewall tire. So longer lasting, not as fast at the front of the stint, but as the stint moves on, there is a trade-off between the red sidewall tires and the black sidewall tire cars. Eventually the black sidewall tires, the prime tire, will become a little bit quicker. Michael O'Brien is your leader at the moment. He is going pretty long, although he is 10 laps into his current stint, so he did pit a little earlier. And that has gotten him clean air. He is 4 seconds north of Johnson at the moment. What do you want, Dan? You said, can you far chance that again? It was, the incident possibly between Fitzsimmons and Hill. That's a, have to check that out post-race maybe. Your leader, Michael O'Brien and MO Racing. The Mighty Mo right in front of him there. Hanging on to the tail end of the lead lap is Hayden Herman there in P27. Lights him up a little bit going into turn 1. I want to thank our title sponsor of this series, Midwest Kidney Warriors, for being a part of this season's campaign. Midwest Kidney Warriors is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that advocates life for those battling kidney disease. We have several kidney warriors needing a life-saving transplant and many who require a living donor. Please visit their website today at MidwestKidneyWarriors.com or visit their group page on Facebook. If you are just joining us, we are 27 laps into the RaceVerse Pacific Grand Prix from Okayama International Circuit in Japan. This is the third of 3 races on their Japanese tour. They will take a week off and move the virtual freight jets, I guess. That's how IndyCar did it. They all put them on the back of when they were the FedEx series. FedEx shipped them out. FedEx has a big hub in Indianapolis. But yeah, they're going to put their cars on the back end of some virtual 747s, 777s, whatevers, and fly down to Australia. Well, they will be in 2 weeks at the Mount Panorama circuit. Here is the schedule. So tonight, 54 laps here. We're just about halfway done here in Okayama. And then February 8th, Mount Panorama. And then if these guys all are nice to their significant others at Valentine's Day, their significant other might allow them to race on the 15th at Mossport Park as we return back to North America. And then finally, the oval race, the big oval race of the season at Indianapolis, 100-lapper there. The only oval event on the calendar. Matt Houston on pit road. Here's RaceVerse. It's a reminder of the RaceVerse, the RaceVerse Pacific Grand Prix. And I said race. You know, the number of times I've done, I've just, my tongue, bleh, raced first, whatever. Johnson's starting to reel him in a little bit, and it's probably because those reds on that Michael O'Brien car are pretty well used up at this point. He is 13 laps into his current stint. Johnson only 6 laps into his current stint. Let's go through the top 10 at the moment. We just saw Michael O'Brien, P1, currently has been leading for the last couple laps through the pit cycle. Nicholas Johnson is P1. Principal Dan there, P2. His teammate, Dory, who had a little bit of contact with Gavin Sanders while going through the switchback portion of the racetrack, is in P4. Bruno Miranda is in P5. Big battle here between himself, Matthew Short, Caleb Bency, Armando Edwards. Look at this battle right here. Matthew Short, Caleb Bency, Armando Edwards sneaking into the picture. Your defending champion, Nate Siefker, never far out of the points picture, ever. And Finley Fitzsimmons into the top 10. Get back to this battle for 5th. Short taking a look to the inside, not going to be able to pull that move off. .24 laps to go here. Okayama. This is a grade 2 FIA circuit, so it's a little narrow at times for these cars. They did not quite break the track record during qualification. Hayden Herman off track there in front of this battle right here. If you remember, I said at the beginning of the program, oh, Matthew Short going in deep. Miranda off into the kitty litter. Keeping it under power, keeping it straight. He probably saw him in the rearview mirror, wasn't sure what was going to happen there. Now he's fallen into the clutches of Fitzsimmons, who might get this position as well. We'll keep an eye on this battle at the moment. Now, Michael Schumacher actually has still holds a track record here at a 113 and some change, low 113. We had a mid 113, 113.3 as a track record here, or as the pole position time set by Gavin Sanders. So no track record for the Indy cars here. Setting that in class only. In class only. Anyone else? Make sure that while you're watching the action here, I see there's about 15 folks watching, but I only see 5 likes. So go ahead and while you're taking a moment, take the mouse, just drag it down to the thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit it. Do it right now. Doesn't take very long. Next thing you might want to do if you're on a phone, you're watching this on a phone or a tablet, make sure to tap your screen, find that thumbs up button, and tap that there. Get that done, taken care of and out of the way. And what you're doing is you're helping other people that might be IndyCar fans that also like iRacing as well, help find future programs. So you're only helping the sport if you help us by clicking that thumbs up button. Come on, I see 6. Let's do a like spike, folks. There should be a couple more. Keep clicking that button. Matt Taylor in the pits. Matt Taylor, the second driver of the current leader in the points championship, team championship. We'll bring that up here. Vans and Sand, or the Sandy Vans, as I like to call it. They are the current points leader. Looks like coming back out of here, so we'll look at this again here. Looks like Matt might have had some left front wing damage. Got that snapped back into place. He is down and underway, topped off on fuel. And he might be good to go to the distance. It'll be real close. We'll see. Back to the team point situation. Sandy Vans is there in first. Old Dogs, which are going to have another great day today. They are currently placed in 3rd and 4th, is in P2. FBR Motorsports, they have their 2-car effort. Christopher Hill and Nate Seifert in 8th and 10th, or 11th, excuse me. Team Kamigoya Sunset Arctic not having the greatest day. Gavin Sanders in 12th. And Dakota DeMaid, who we have not really talked about all day today, in 15th. Team Watson Racing currently holding down the 5th spot. Chevy McLaren in 6th. Team Goose Squad 7th. Bananas and Pajamas in 8th. with Infinite White, and Black Backfire Sports there in 10th. Only 2 races down. Long time to go. Got to battle for position here and the lead. I think Michael O'Brien just let him have it. Yep, he's coming into the pits. So this will be O'Brien's final stop here, I believe. We'll see. Dory on pit road. This is a big pit too. We want to keep an eye on this. Oh, I don't think Michael O'Brien was. Well, it looked like he lunged forward a little bit. Maybe I missed it. It was his car coming off the jack. Sorry. Scheduled service for Dory here. Down and away. Got the alternate tires on there. You can tell with those red sidewalls. So Johnson by 5 seconds over Principal Dan in P2. The unfamiliar why I call him Principal Dan. He is actually a headmaster, a principal in a school in the Monza area. That's right, the Monza area in Italy. He says he's just a short distance from the track there. Pretty exciting. And typically he races on late Wednesday morning, early Wednesday morning his time. And he'll race here with us, go to bed for a couple hours, and then he is out there disciplining the youth, the future youth of Italy. I have a lot of respect for him and his job. I put it that way. One of my parents was a teacher for 35 years. It's a pretty thankless job. Underpaid for sure. And him being a principal, oh, I can only imagine. While we are settling in here, let's go ahead and go through the field a little bit. There's Principal Dan in P2, Matthew Short. No, that is not the same car that's your leader. They're in identical liveries. They're teammates. Great day for their team today. Great day for their team. Team first and third. Here's Armando Edwards. Caleb Bency has worked his way up to 5th. Been a struggle for him this season. And right on his tail is Nate Seifert. This is the defending champion with the #1 badge right there. There you see him. Caleb going to pit road. Bruno Miranda on by. Finley Fitzsimmons. We have a Fitzsimmons, bit of a Fitzsimmons groupies here in chat. Driving the 420. I wonder what the 420 means. Christopher Hill has recovered a little bit to get up to P8. He is 3 spots behind his teammate there, Nate Seifert, in 5th. Michael O'Brien, after that pit stop, is rejoined at 9th. So we'll see when these guys start to go through pit stops, where does he cycle through? He might be in the spot. He might be in the catbird seat. We will see. Here's Dory. He is currently in 10th. A little bit further behind him, about 8 seconds, is the Fish car of Cody Claiborne. Great run by him in 11th. Caleb rejoins the circuit in 12th. Here's Dakota the Maid. We're going to check him out here. A little bit more help, a little bit of misfortune of folks in front of him. He'll get into the top 10 here. Hey, there's Jeff Groff. Let's do the ride along with them. There you go. The lap around Okayama is brought to you by KidWorks OC. Go to kidworksoc.org to see how you can help restore at-risk neighborhoods and make it different in a child's life. Looks like Armando Edwards got around Matthew Short there for P3, moving Edwards up into the podium spot here. Coming to 14 to go. Still a lot of racing here. Thanks for joining us. If you just popped in and wondering what's going on, we are lap 39 of 54 here at Okayama Circuit, International Circuit in Japan. You're watching the Midwest Kidney Warriors Formula Indy Series. This will be round 3. We'll take next week off. We'll be back in 2 weeks for our trip to Australia and Mount Panorama. But thanks for joining us. Sit back, relax. You still have another 14 laps to go here. A lot of stuff can happen. Still looking for pit stops to occur. Here's a battle right here. Michael O'Brien makes his way around Christopher Hill. Or Christopher Hill might be battling with O'Brien. We'll see about that. I thought I just saw O'Brien make the pass in the standing, so we'll just keep an eye on this battle. I think we're all said and done with here is... It's like Bruno Miranda in the pits. Finley gets a position. Yes, Miranda is in the pits. This will be his final stop. Getting the red sidewall tires on, the alternate Firestone tire, and he's back underway. Johnson over Piazza by 7.5. Edwards behind Piazza by 8.3. Short losing ground now to Edwards, back by a 2.5 seconds now. Seifert just now on the back end of Short. This is going to turn into a battle here relatively soon. Push to pass situation. Push to pass situation. Your leader, Nicholas Johnson, has 8. Principal Dan, has 9. Armando Edwards, 5. Short has 5. Seifert has 4. Finley Fitzsimmons has 5. Michael O'Brien is down to 1. So he has 1 shot left there, and then he is done for the race. Christopher Hill, 8. Dory, 8. Miranda, 5. And Caleb Binsey, 6. Gavin Sanders has worked his way up to 13th. He is 17. Actually, he did just stop 8 laps ago, so he might be good to go. Here's Hugo Gallows in 14th. Matt Taylor still working his way up through the field again after some nose damage. He is 15th. Christian Jasper is 16th. Not a good day for the Sandy Vans team. Let's put it that way. Jeff Groff there, 17th. Dakota LeMay, 18th. Right behind him is Will Riceburd. He might be singing some Britney Spears tonight. We'll see. He is currently 19th. Cristobal Venezuela in 20th. Cody Claiborne for position right on his 6th. This is a battle for 20th spot. Cody Claiborne in 21st. There's Zachary Flaum there in the 22nd spot. Matt Houston just soldiering on, 23rd. Kyle Mundell, haven't really talked about him much today. He is in the 24th spot. And Daniel Miglin is in the 25th spot. Peter Donchek getting ready to hit the final corner here. Currently P26, Logan Spath going through the switchback area, and 27th. Hayden Herman, 28th. JJ Wang had a bit of an incident earlier in the race. He is now 29th as he's going through the hairpin in a downhill and into the switchback area. Rodrigo Munoz in 30th. Oh, Logan Spath sideways on pit road, or on Main Straight. Back underway safely. Woo. Rodrigo Munoz in 30th, and Alex Van Desant just still soldiering on, back in 31st. Surya, Reardon, Tucker, and Gorodov are currently shown out of the event. Your biggest gainer today so far is this guy, GT Hawkins, up 14 spots. Not to be outdone necessarily, Christian Jasper up 11 spots. There's Christian Jasper. Matthew Short on push to pass, trying to run down Principal Dan. Don't know if he's going to get there. About 4 seconds behind. Actually, he's 11 seconds behind, excuse me. So yeah, Dan is at the top of the hill going through 9 as Short is midway down this little stretch between 7 and 8. So Dan is quite a ways ahead. And of course, coming through 9 here and into Michael Knight Corner. That's Mike. It's Mike Knight Corner, but I mean, can you not call it Michael? How can you not call it Michael Knight Corner? Really, seriously. I mean, if there's someone out there that builds a circuit and they name it all after like 80s characters, 80 shows characters like Michael Knight. Let's see who else is out there. Stringfellow Hawk from Airwolf. Oh, let's see. Bo Luke. Of course, that needs to lead to a jump somehow. Matthew Short down in the way. Leader is back to being Principal Dan. Johnston is done on pit road for the race. Principal Dan coming down to the Hannibal Smith turn. The B.A. Baracus S's. Gosh, all right. Call it the Street Hawk Straight. There you go. I don't know if anyone remembers that show from the 80s. I think it lasted like a season, maybe two, Street Hawk. A super motorcycle. So when does Principal Dan make that turn to pit road? Look at all that clag on the outside turn there, coming down into turn 8 in the Redmond corner. We shall see when Principal Dan does make that last stop. He has himself a 16-second delta. 16-second delta, and here it is. He is making that turn. Will he make it out in front of Nicholas Johnson? We'll see. I don't know if we'll get a better, not a good view here. Maybe good enough. I don't think he's going to make it. Nope, Johnson's on by. And O'Brien's on by. Dory is on by, but I believe Dory still has to stop. Maybe not. No, Dory stopped when Michael's O'Brien stopped. So that they are good to go to the end. They are good to go to the end. Fortunately, Nicholas Johnson, unfortunately to them, excuse me, not unfortunate for Nicholas Johnson, but unfortunately to these two, Johnson's got fresher tires, and Dan will as well. So will Nate Seifert. So will they have enough time? It's only 9 laps. Will they have time to run those guys down? And I think Dan will get to Dory. That's the name I was trying to remember from Street Hawk. The main character from Street Hawk was Jesse Mach, as in like Mach speed. So yeah, that's Jesse Mach would be an awesome name for a race car driver. Oh, Dan going wide, keeping it underneath him, trying to get a maximum run on this position in front of him. Has got a lapped car, and I believe that I'm not quite sure who that is. Got to check a number here real quick. Oh, oh, whoa, oh, wow, what a pucker up moment there for Matt Houston, who was doing the right thing, but the car right behind. I'm not sure who that is. That is that's GT Hawkins. Okay, that's one of the Infinite cars. GT just made a pit stop, so he's back into the 21st position, now in the 20th, as cars are now starting to make their final stop. Will Weisbrod on pit road at the moment. 7 laps to go. I don't understand these bots that come into chat and they leave this foreign go. Okay, well, we will just go ahead and remove you. And remove you. Be sure to click that like button if you haven't done so already. You've got 14 watching, so that means 8 of you have clicked it. So a couple of you haven't. Give us a thumbs up. We would appreciate it. Well, let's take a look at the points situation again one more time. And we had that kind of up on the screen for a while as we were going through it in depth a little bit earlier. But the point situation, Alex is going to suffer today. He is currently down in 31st position. Principal Dan currently is in a very good position to make some major points on the leader. He is in P3. His teammate Dory is in P4. So a great day for them right now at the moment. They still have to finish the race, of course, 6 laps to go. Nate Seifert has recovered to do come up the 5th spot, so he'll be making some good points. Matt Taylor struggling today after a start from the pits and then got some damage on a contact somewhere on the race course. He's in 13th. Actually, he's holding the flag for the Sandy Vans team there with him and Alex Vanna said they'll probably give up the team lead as a result of this tonight. We'll see. Jal is not in the Knights lineup. Byron Daly not in the Knights lineup. Gavin Sanders was your early leader, was your pole sitter. Had a little bit of an incident with Dory and a whole bunch of cars going through the switchback portion. Got a little help and got pushed around. Got some damage on his rear wing and is back in 12th. Might be able to make up a few more spots here as people going for last pit stops, but he is not having the greatest day, and neither is his team. His teammate Dakota DeMay has worked his way up to 15th, but not a greatest day for the Kamigoye guys. Beauchamp apparently I've been told that probably will not be returning to the league, so unfortunately his 9th spot in the order will just continue to fall. Michael O'Brien, who's having a great day, who's in P2, is looking to benefit the most from that, as he will probably move up into 9th or possibly even 8th, depending on how this all shakes out. Five laps to go. Again, we're taking 2 weeks off after this race. Join us in 2 weeks as we will be doing a visit to Australia, New South Wales, as a matter of fact. Excuse me. That is the Mount Panorama Speedway or race course there. Mount Panorama Circuit. And that's where they have the Bathurst race there. It's pretty famous down under. This will actually be my first time checking out the track. I never really had a reason to get it. I'm not much of a road racer, but I will be interested in checking out to see how these Indy cars do. I know that there was possibly last season, maybe season 4 2021, or maybe season 3 2021 in the Indy Open series, official series. They raced there, I believe. Nicholas Johnson having a good week. Last Wednesday finished so close by a hair at the finish line at the iRacing Super Speedway at Alex Van Sant in the Revolution Indy League, IndyCar League's Schaefer IndyCar Series at that iRacing Super Speedway race. The cautionless. Oh, one of the backfire cars going wide into the kitty litter right in front of the leader. Like he might be able to rejoin. Not sure who that was. Was that Munoz? Yes, Munoz. Now Johnson finished just a half a nose width at least. I don't know. To Alex Van Sant there for that race. Again, great race. Believe it or not, Indy cars went 75 laps at the iRacing Super Speedway without a caution. That's the second time I've been in a pack race this year in league competition where we've gone caution-free at a track that's known for having big wrecks. The Velocity Online Racing Series, or the IndyCar Series there, the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series, did a race at Daytona last season. Everyone thought they were nuts, and that went 100 laps caution-free. Not to say there weren't incidents. There were incidents at iRacing Super Speedway and the Daytona race, but nothing that caused a caution. So I've been in 2 races, 175 laps of green flag racing, and no caution laps. That track's known for people causing the big ones and being fools. No ovals here, or at least not very many of them in the Formula Indy Series. Only in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They will race a 250-miler there. Come here in about 3 or 4 weeks. The only oval race on the schedule. Caleb Benzie is the defending champion of that race from 2 seasons ago. A lot of tire smoke down there into the hairpin area. Probably because a little off camber. Maybe a little, probably it's because it's really banked. Again, these cars are not really ideally suited for this circuit. This is a grade 2 circuit, so it's meant for a slightly smaller, not as powerful car. Not to say that class 2, grade 2 circuits are not suitable for IndyCar. I mean, Mid-Ohio, I believe, is classified as that class as well. Alex Van Sant moving over to let the leader on by. Real nice of him. And we are going to the last lap. Down into the hairpin one more time. Off the final corner, Nicholas Johnson gets his 3rd career FIS win here at Okayama, the Pacific Grand Prix. And Alex just drives it straight into the barrier in turn 1. He is just wanting to punch out of this race and get it over with. Let's get tonight's final results here from Okayama for the Midwest Kidney Warriors Formula Indy Series Pacific Grand Prix by RaceVerse. Nicholas Johnson getting his 3rd win in the Formula Indy Series is P1. Michael O'Brien, great pit strategy. We'll talk to him about his pit strategy. P2. Principal Dan, P3. We will get to talk to the Italian again this week. What a treat. Before he has to go to bed and go to school. His teammate Dory, P4, great points day for the old dogs. They will benefit big time. Nate Seifert, P5. Armando Edwards, P6. Finley Fitzsimmons, there you go, your cheerleading squad right here. A great top 10 finish on his part, P7. Matthew Short, P8. Caleb Benzie, P9. Christopher Hill recovers to a top 10. Gavin Sanders works his way up to 11th. Bruno Miranda, 12th. Matt Taylor, 13th. Jeff Groff, 14th. And Dakota the Maid, 15th. Cristobal Valenzuela 16th, Gallus 17th, Jasper 18th, Hawkins with his first race in the series with the top 20, 19th, and Flauman 20th. Your top 25 is Houston, Claiborne, Weisbrod, so he will be tuning up here momentarily. Mundell and Spath, your top 30, Donchek, Herman, JJ Wang, Alex Van Sant, and Rodrigo Munoz. Then your remainder of the field, it's only, again, top 35 started Miglin, Surya, Reardon, Tucker, and Gowardov. They make up your top 35, excuse me. Brian and Kendall there did not qualify for tonight's race. All right, so it is interview time. Let's see who is in the interview room. Of course, I'm not in the actual broadcast booth, but I will get there here. Doesn't matter. I don't need to be in the broadcast booth. I see Michael O'Brien popping in, P2. We'll give it a moment here to see if Johnston or... There's Johnston. Let's see if Principal Dan makes his way in here before we pull anyone else up. Dan might just want to go to sleep. You never know. You never know. I mean, I don't blame him. Again, we'll give him a couple more seconds here. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race. Feel free to leave some comments. Give us thumbs up. Definitely would appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can hear about more of RaceVerse iRacing programming. It's an off week. This is the last race we have this week. Of course, we did Monday night Indy Split last night. We have Formula Indy Series tonight. And the RIL, the Revolution IndyCar League, is off this week. So this is our last broadcast of the week. And I'm not seeing Principal Dan. We'll go ahead and bring up Michael O'Brien first here. And if Dan pops in, we'll bring him in at some point. So let's bring him on in. Hey, Mike, or Michael, what do you prefer to be called, Mike or Michael?
Whatever works for you, really.
Okay. Michael, excuse me, your great podium and a fantastic pit strategy. When did you come up with that strategy, and when did you know that it was eventually going to work in your favor here, getting a solid P2 podium, your first podium of the season?
Thanks. Yeah, it's cool to get a podium. Honestly, it's just because I was having so much trouble keeping the reds. I was killing them way too soon, so I had to try something different. I knew my pace on the blacks was decent, better than the reds after about 10 laps, so I figured I'd just try and put as much time on the blacks as I could.
This circuit's really not known for having Indy cars come to it. Normally it takes a smaller classic car, not as powerful, even though Formula One did race here, I believe, at one point back in the mid to early 90s. What was your take on the circuit in the Indy car? Did you have fun, and would you mind coming back, or maybe not?
It's definitely a small track for a car that quick, but
yeah.
No, I had fun, actually. I really enjoyed it, but maybe not with 35 people on it next time.
I understand that. Well, a great race for you. Great finish. Your first podium of the year, which I would imagine you've always been right around the podium area. Just one thing or another, you just never got to the podium in the first couple races of the season. I think we're going to see you for a couple more podiums this year. So I think this is just the first of many. So congratulations. I'm sure we will talk again some other time in the season. But feel free while we have you here, if there's anybody at home you want to say hi to, any shout outs you want to give.
No, just my Lionheart teammates, really. They're always very helpful for driving. Matt Taylor, he's always a lot of help. So
that he is. Matt Taylor is a good driving coach and teammate. So I will concur on that one. He had a bit of a rough day. He started for the pits, but has made his way up to 13th. And I think he might have had someone might have ran into one of his wings and he had some damage. So it's a rough day for him and his team. But I'm sure that he probably enjoys the shout out nevertheless to make not a great race, a better race at the end of the night. So congrats on the P2, and we will see you in 2 weeks at Mount Panorama.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right. And there's Dan. He's here. Hey, Dan, P3, tell us about your race.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm very happy because this is a very complicated track, short track, a lot of traffic. I don't like so much Okayama, but I was happy because I reached the podium. Probably my strategy was not the best strategy because I've seen that Nicolas use red, and black, while I use red, black, and red. I was very faster in the last 8 laps, but Nicolas had the best choice. He was more consistent in the 2 previous stints. So, okay, but I'm happy. I'm happy also because Dory was able to reach the 4th position, so it's very good for the team.
Yeah, about ready to say it's going to be a great points day for the team as well. Might move you guys in the first place here. We're off for 2 weeks. What do you think about racing Indy cars at Mount Panorama?
Yeah. You have another question? No? Okay.
No. Yeah.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah.
I gotcha.
It's a roller coaster. I never race with an Indy car in this track in Mount Panorama. So it's good that we have 2 weeks to do some practice, but I really don't know what to wait for. But well, the championship is very long, so after the last championship, probably I learned that it's very important to reach the podium and not to do incidents. So this is the principal focus.
Yep, that's a great recipe to success here. Before we let you go, in your own language, you want to say hi or shout out to anybody?
Voglio ringraziare Dori per il gran lavoro che abbiamo fatto come sempre per preparare la gara. Mi spiace non sia riuscito a raccogliere quello che poteva, ma sicuramente ci saranno altre occasioni. Grazie come sempre a tutti voi per il vostro lavoro. Thanks for your work during the streaming. Thanks again.
Oh, no problem. We enjoy it. Thanks for participating. Thanks for being here. And go get some sleep.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Grazie. I love it. All right, let's get the look at the general voice channel is filled with people that are going to be listening to Will sing. I feel sorry for them. Why do they just subject themselves to that? Let's bring Nicholas in so he doesn't have to subject. Hey, Nicholas, congratulations on the win, and we're not going to subject you to Will singing over in the general Channel 1, so we'll just bring you down here to talk. Great strategy. It sounded like you had the recipe for success with the tires and the way you chose them. Tell us about your race, and tell us about that battle early on also with Gavin.
Yeah, the boys over at Team Infinite did a great job on the strategy and what we were going to do tire-wise and figuring it out. I had Garrett up on the box, help me out, let me know Michael's lap times compared to mine because I knew he was on an alternate strategy. And as soon as it seemed like the reds dropped off to the blacks pace, we felt it was time to pit and bring it in for the last time, and it worked out well. I came out just ahead of them, and from there out, we had the track advantage, we had the track position, we had the tire advantage. It was just bringing it home, so that worked out really great. And luckily, I was able to get a good launch off the start and get by Dan Doriano at the beginning. So that really helped to solidify our strategy for the race.
Great points day for the team as well. 2 cars in the top 10.
Yeah, it was great. I think Matthew's a little bit disappointed. He was running a little bit better than he was and ran a couple issues there at the end, but that's part of racing. I am kind of disappointed what happened with Gavin there. I didn't quite see it. I kind of have an idea of what happened, but we were having a great race, and I kind of knew as soon as I cleared him in that first hairpin, I had to just dive and go defensive and stake my claim for the first spot because the aero wash was pretty bad. So with that and then the tire wear of having the aero wash, I knew as soon as I could get to the lead, I think I'd be able to hold it. So I just wanted to make sure to get in there and get it done.
We got 2 weeks, and then we're off to Mount Panorama. Have you ever raced an IndyCar at Mount Panorama before?
No, that's going to be pretty gnarly, I think. We'll see how that works out, sending 35 drivers over. What's that, like Sunset Bend or something?
Yeah, yeah. Trying to thread a needle right there with an IndyCar. Yeah.
Yeah, I pity the people who got pit lane starts next week or in 2 weeks.
Well, so all in all, I mean, the last 7 days hasn't been too bad for you. Even going before that, I think you had a win at Long Beach in the RIL, and then you finished second by a hair in the RIL at that cautionless race we had at iRacing Super Speedway. And then 6 days later here, you get a win. So not a bad couple of weeks for you here on the league side of things. What you're now going to probably be in points contention here relatively soon. I don't know what the point situation is. What's your strategy for the rest of the season? Is it just trying to remain consistent and avoid any calamity on that first lap for the standing starts?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, over here on the FIS side of things, we kind of dug ourselves a hole the first 2 weeks with different incidents throughout the race. So, like low 20th place finishes. So, I'm not very good in the points going into this. We'll see where we're at coming out. But I think from this here on out, I just got to pull the trigger and try to win as many races as I can. And if I win the races, the points will work themselves out.
True enough. Anybody want to say hi to, shout out to while we got you here?
I just want to thank you guys, I guess just you this weekend, Gary, for broadcasting this. You do a great job and appreciate everything you do. The Formula Indy Series for putting on the races. You got a great group of guys out there, a lot of good drivers and a lot of respectful drivers. I mean, a lot of people, when I came up to unfortunately lap them, they were very courteous and got out of the way. So people are doing the right thing, and I think a lot of people are having fun, and it's a good place to race. So I enjoy that. The guys over at Team Infinite, they've done a great job working together. We're all kind of learning each other and working together on the strategy, and I think we're all starting to gel. I want to congratulate the guys. They just won their 24 Hours of Daytona. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it, so that's cool. And if my girlfriend's out there watching, thanks, babe. Love you. And
that's
we'll
probably the most
time.
important shout out right there. That one.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, congratulations on the win. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Get some rest, and we'll see you in Mount Panorama.
We'll see you then. Have a great night.
All right, see ya. And he is out. Punched out himself. All right. Excuse me. Well, your biggest gainer of the day, Hugo Gallows, we'll give him a shout out. Went up 15 spots, finished 17th, but brought it home nevertheless. We had 16 cars finish on the lead lap. Not a bad race there. Yeah, that's your biggest loser, unfortunately, was Alex. And just a rough day for him. He lost 19 spots and then had two incidences that kind of relegated him to many laps down and back in the field. So we're going to see some points change here and some positions change hands in the points. So before we go, I don't really have much to add to Mount Panorama. I don't know much about it. Again, like I said, never had a reason to own a track until really I have had it because I've had to do some broadcasts there. So I don't know what to expect. I kind of agree with the guys that it's going to be like threading the needle, especially through that little quick left-right kink that they go through on that long straight. So we shall see how things pan out there. So that's in 2 weeks. So once again here from Okayama, we'll go through the standings really quick. Your podium is Johnson, O'Brien, and Piazza. Top 5 is Dory and Seifert. Your top 10 is Edwards, Fitzsimmons, Short, Bency, and Hill. Top 15, Sanders, Miranda, Taylor, Groff, and Maid. Next page there, Valenzuela, Gallas, Jasper, Hawkins, Flaum, your top 20. Your top 25, Houston, Claiborne, Weisbrod, Mundell, Spath. Your top 30, Donchek, Herman, Wang, Van de Sant, and Munoz. And then the remainder of the starting lineup, Miglin, Surya, Reardon, Tucker, and Gorodov there in 35th. A bit of a incident there on the first turn, took out a couple guys, and unfortunately their day was very short. So hopefully we'll see them all again at Mount Panorama. All right. I think that's going to do it. We'll let everyone get back to their Tuesday evenings here. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium for the RaceVerse Pacific Grand Prix from Okayama is Nicholas Johnson, Michael O'Brien, and Principal Dan Piazza. Join RaceVerse again in 2 weeks for round 4 of the Midwest Kidney Warriors Formula Indy Series. They wrap up their Pacific Tour at Mount Panorama in Australia. That's next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube at youtube.com/RaceVerse. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is an easy one to play, so please leave a comment below and let us know what you thought of tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. And if you are new, please click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so you don't miss out on more of RaceVerse iRacing programming, including our continuing coverage of the official iRacing Fixed IndyCar Series, the Monday Night Indy Split, and the Revolution IndyCar League Schaefer's IndyCar Series on Wednesdays. And on Friday, May 13th, 2022, join myself, my Monday night broadcast partner, Stephen Larkamp, and two-time defending Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series champion Alex Vanisant, and undoubtedly others, as we'll be bringing to you coverage of the Fixed Indy 500 Bottom Split. So that's Bottom Split coverage on Friday the 13th. What could possibly go wrong? Race sponsorship, well, we paid for it. RaceVerse did. We want to thank them. So thanks, RaceVerse, for sponsoring tonight's race. Midwest Kidney Warriors Formula Indy Series ride-along sponsorship paid for by KidWorks OC. KidWorks OC restores Orange County's California's at-risk neighborhoods one life at a time. Go to kidworksoc.org today to see how you can help restore at-risk neighborhoods and make a difference in a child's life. Formula Indy Series title sponsorship is paid for by the Midwest Kidney Warriors. Midwest Kidney Warriors is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that advocates life for those battling kidney disease. They have several kidney warriors needing a life-saving transplant and many who require a living donor. For more information, please visit their website at MidwestKidneyWarriors.com or stop by their group page on Facebook today. For business inquiries and to learn more about RaceVerse and what we do, visit RaceVerse.com or follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Gary Gazzo. Or Gary Gazzo at Gary Gazzo on Twitter. So for everyone at RaceVerse, I'm Gary Gazzo saying all good night. Thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving and in the military, that's first responders, Godspeed, God bless, come home safe. Thanks again, and catch us again in 2 weeks for the next race of the Midwest Kidney Warriors Formula Indy Series. Good night.